Hey guys, Michael here. Today I'm looking at Arlo as a system. I have myself the Arlo Pro 2. The 3 is out, but a lot of this will apply to both systems. So let's get right into it. So the first thing you want to know about the Arlo Pro system is the cost. When I bought it a few years ago, it was $483 and I got the base and 3 cameras with it. Right now you can go on Amazon, and for the Arlo Pro 2 you can get a 2-camera system for $250 or the Arlo Pro 3 for $450 for a 2-camera system. Now that's a big price jump, and they've added some stuff and taken away some stuff, so we'll get to that a little later. So first I want to take a look at the base, and the base is a very cheap plastic. The device is maybe a little bigger than it needs to be. It does have the space for an alarm to go off, which is quite loud, so that does work quite well. And it does have Ethernet ports, and that is actually required to go into a router if you're going to use the system. There is no Wi-Fi on this thing, so it has to be plugged directly into a router, so keep that in mind. It has an on-off button, some USB drives so you can save storage locally, which is nice. And that is the base. It feels cheap, but hopefully you can hide it with your router and you don't even have to look at it, because it does function well, so there is that. As for the camera itself, it's a nice little camera. It feels solid, it's weighty, and it's stood up to the weather for the past few years that I've had it, no problem, so that's really good. It has this really heavy duty magnet on the back, and mine came with and should come with these magnetic things with a hook on the back, so you can put a nail in your house and hang it on there and it will connect and it will stay put. Like, it is solid. Yeah, it is solid and weighty, and it feels good. It feels really good. As for the features, it has 2-way communication, 1080p video, it has activity zones, so you can only get alerts when activity is in a certain area of the camera's view. The cameras can be 100% wire-free. There's also like solar panels that you can attach and should keep it charged. And you can also plug it into a micro USB, which is just your standard non-USB-C type of connection, and that will charge the battery and allow you to have activity zones. Those activity zones are only available when the camera is plugged in, which is kind of an issue. So what I think about this system is it is quite expensive. It does do the job. The video does look really crisp and clear, and I'll have some video of that. But the activity zones not being available when it's completely wireless is kind of a bummer. And when I tried using the 2-way communication, the voice coming through is completely garbled and useless. The battery in a busy place like a front door, if you have UPS packages coming and going, the battery does not last very long with all of the activity going on. So you'll have to charge it every 2 weeks or something if you have kind of a busy front of your house. Less so on my deck, where it'll last a month or more. Now the app that you use with the system is okay. It's a little confusing, and they know it's confusing because they've redesigned it 3 times since I got the system. But it allows you to set the sensitivity to the cameras, both for the video and audio. And the app also has geofencing, so it knows when you're outside the area of your house. It knows to change the system to arm and disarm when you get home. But I found that has not been super consistent for me, and actually had some issues and drained my phone's battery in a matter of a couple hours, just constantly pinging the GPS system, and it did not work. It did not work well. So I don't use that feature anymore. It's just armed or disarmed depending on a schedule, or when I'm home I can just change it in the app, and they make it pretty easy to arm and disarm just right in the app with one button. So the Arlo Pro 3 is out, and for a 2-camera system it'll cost about $430, which, okay, it's an expensive system, but they've taken away the 7-day recording that comes standard with the Arlo Pro 2. So Arlo Pro 2, I can look at my recordings on a 7-day loop. It'll save it for 7 days, and I can look at it anytime in that 7 days, and it's completely free, saved to the cloud. But the Arlo Pro 3, they've taken that away, and so you have to subscribe to their service, which is $10 a month. It is not cheap, to see any of your videos. And it's really quite the money grab when they're already charging you a pretty big premium for this product. So in my opinion, I would not buy the system again. If I could go back, I would try something else. So not recommended. I wouldn't get the Arlo. But if you have a different opinion, like, comment below, tell me what you're using. I'd love to hear. because I will be in the market soon for something else. I'm tired of, the issues I've dealt with. So that is my review of the Arlo system, specifically the Arlo Pro 2, but also some comments on the Arlo Pro 3. If you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe, and I will see you next time. Peace.